like that question. In fact, that's my favorite question throughout this episode. So, guys, come closer. Grab a pen and a paper.
This month's episode of The Ties, we are exploring the realities of dating while living away from home. How cultural shifts, social norms, and personal growth shape our search for love in the diaspora. From challenges and surprises to lessons learned and hope for the future, we unpack what it really means to build romantic connection across borders. Joining me in this episode is a charming young man who is going to provide us insight and advice for others on navigating love in a new land. Let's dive in. This month, we are going to be exploring an interesting topic, especially for most of our youth in the diaspora. So we are considering finding love, a shared future in the diaspora. Is it easy to find love when you move to a new country, or you want to do like others, go back home, pick one of your exes, prior to relocating to a new country? So I have a charming young man with me who is going to he's already smiling. So he's going to give us his own experience, his first-hand experience on how it is, especially in the dating world among the youth in diaspora. So stay close to the channel and come with me, and let's take this ride together.
Thank you very much for having me today. My name is Kingsley, guys. Stay tuned. It's going to be an interesting one. So I can't wait. Let's dive into it.
Absolutely. You've heard from our guests. First, let me say you look good.
Thank you very much.
You have a lot of ladies, drooling all over you.
You win some, you lose some.
Interesting. Okay, so let me just start by asking some, background question. Like, when you first relocated, come to diaspora, what were your initial thoughts and feelings about dating?
Yeah.
Were you coming with, what mindset were you coming with? We have this joy of coming into a multicultural society where you will just explore, you meet different people from different clans, different races and backgrounds. So what were your initial thoughts and feelings about dating when you first arrived in the diaspora?
Okay, so honestly, when I first came in, I was not thinking about relationship initially. I just wanted to get in, get settled, and be part of the community as soon as possible. So when I started considering like dating, I started to look into like other races, because like back in Nigeria, I've only been with Nigerian women.
Okay.
So here in diaspora, I started to look into dating. Started looking into dating like other people from other races. So I wanted to just know what it feels like and what their mindset is, what their values and what their values is. So I was very open-minded. I didn't know what to expect, but I was open-minded to that experience.
Interesting. Yeah, I like the fact that you mentioned that you are open-minded, and I think this is one common thing that most of our youth they are open to. Immediately you see them relocated to a new environment, they just want to explore different culture, background, different beliefs, see how it looks like or how it feels like to get entangled with someone that is not from your race. So having mentioned that, what do you think are some of the biggest challenges? Although you said you were open-minded, but what are some of the biggest challenges you faced when trying to find love in the diaspora?
I had to get used to this 50-50 mindset, and allowing the women to pay whenever they offer. Because coming from where we're coming from, we have this mentality that it's our responsibility as a man to clear all the bills.
Oh, definitely.
So when I go on a date, instinctively I want to just pay. But you meet someone and they're like, no, don't worry, I'm going to pay for that. I'm like,
it's awkward.
It's my day. Yeah, let me pay. I'm the man. They're like, no, exactly. But they're like, no, we don't do that here. It's like, so you need to give them that opportunity to also put in whenever they offer, and it's apparently the norm for them. It's also a norm for them. So that was quite new to me, and I had to, adjust and get used to that as well.
So, okay. But how do you feel when someone like in the country where you are coming from,
Yeah.
you know, it's like it feeds the man's ego to pay, you know, to pay for probably whatever you order on a date. So how do you, even though you allowed it, how, you know, how does it feel like? Is it not something that is like part of the things that is making our men to run to? Because they believe that, oh, people from my own clan, they will definitely not want to pay for this. So it sounds kind of convenient. But how do you feel?
I think my first experience, it was new to me, so it was a bit shocking, and I took a step back. I was like, yo, what do you mean you want to pay for our dinner?
Yeah.
But I think over time you get to understand that dinner is a shared experience for both you and her.
Yeah.
And if you use the word menu, it has me and you.
Menu. Me and
you.
Oh, interesting.
So,
new one.
So that is combination of you guys. So I have to get used to the idea that whenever you guys go out and they want to pay for something, you give them the opportunity to pay for it. If it's 50-50 or whatever the percentage may be. But that doesn't mean there are still not areas where, as an African man, I cover like fully. Like we could go out maybe for shopping and I could insist that, you know, this shopping is on me. I'm going to take that bill. But then again, like I said, there are going to be instances where the lady will tell you that she wants to pay for this. She wants to pay for this, or since our outing is going to be 50-50, or the bills are going to split to 50-50.
Yeah.
So it's more of like an equality mindset, and not necessarily like you're the man and you are both them. Exactly.
Everything.
Yeah.
It sounds interesting, really. Unfortunately, I am not in that pool where I'm gonna experience you know, all of that, because
and so you don't do 50-50?
I'm out. No, what I'm saying is that I'm married.
Yeah.
So if at all, you know, I have the opportunity, I will have, let's say I want to explore a lot of options and see that.
Yeah.
So now that sounds like culture shock to me.
Yeah.
Like, because you have the intention of paying for your food on a date, and your partner, let me say your date, just tried to pay for it. So now let's come to cultural adaptation. I want to ask that, have you encountered any cultural or social barriers? You know, this is like a win-win for me, so I will not say it is the barrier, like somebody trying to pay for your meal.
Yeah.
You know, so have you encountered any cultural or social barriers that have impacted your dating experiences?
Yeah, so aside the 50-50 payments, I think back home they are used to outings or events, maybe going to a restaurant or going to like a joint.
Yeah.
Mainly evening and weekends. So like after our 8 to 5, you just drag your babe, find one catfish pepper soup joint and go. But here they can go to the pub in the afternoon.
Okay, no specific
There's no specific date or there's no specific time.
Yeah.
Or it could be on a Monday by 1 p.m. If she's free, she might want to go to a pub.
Okay.
Yeah, but so in my head I used to think that, oh, it's usually evenings and weekends for outing.
Okay.
But here there's no time and day. So anytime at all you guys could pop out either to the pub or to a restaurant. It doesn't have to be like anything fancy as well.
Okay.
You don't have to dress up, kit up. You could just be walk into brunch or something like that. Yeah. So that's also another thing that I had to adjust to as well.
Yeah. I think so far so good with everything I'm hearing. It's pleasant. It's not something that is so like difficult to find yourself into. You know, because you know the way we work, our work schedule back home, you know, in Africa is quite different from here. So it all depends on your availability.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. Yeah. I hope you guys are enjoying this topic. So if you haven't subscribed to our channel, this is an opportunity for you to press the subscribe button, because we will definitely be giving you more of this topic. So if you find this interesting, click the like button and come along with me and enjoy the ride with my guest.
And if you've got any questions as well, just put that in the comment section.
Yeah.
We'll definitely look into that and maybe give you guys a part 2.
Yeah, I like that. So if you have any question, you know, about your own experience, put it in the comment section. My guests will also be reading your comments and he will be there to provide an answers to all of your questions. So let's move on. Okay, that's yes, still on the cultural adaptation. I would like to ask that how have you adapted your dating approach? Although you've given us a clue about how it is, it's all about adaptation, trying to be flexible. But how have you adapted your dating approach to fit the cultural norms and expectations of your new environment?
Okay, so I had to basically drop my old belief and pick up new ones. So it's dropping old habits and picking up new habits. So like in terms of payments, I had to just I'm here now, so I had to drop that, then start adapting to allowing women to pay when you offer and being open to go out whenever and wherever. It doesn't have to be like fancy restaurants or stuff.
Now talking about that, does it make you feel like less drawn to ladies that are from the same background as you? Because this seems like when a burden is being lifted off your shoulder, now you feel like, oh, this one is more convenient. And if you have tasted the side of this dating approach, like they make it so easy for you. Unlike where we come from, that you just believe that okay, the man, especially on your first days, now you they toast me now you want me, so you be the one to like do everything. Does it not make you like feel less drawn to people from the same background?
No, I feel you. It's an interesting question, but the answer is no. It has not pulled me back from being attracted to an African lady or a Nigerian girl. Because the reason is, someone from my country, we still hold our cultural values are still the same. So it depends on what you're looking for in a woman long term. So if myself, I want my future kids to have my culture, to still speak my language, and I know that women in diaspora, where does she want to learn my language from and stuff. So our women definitely still have values that I want my kids to pass down. I want that to be passed down to my kids.
Cultural values, the norms, the beliefs.
Exactly.
I like that. I like
so
that.
That's what pulled me back from looking towards our women. No, not at all.
Okay. So in case you are living in diaspora, it just feels like all those foreign babes are taking away our African guys.
No, we did for you.
You read it first time, so they are still very much available. It's very possible for you to find love in diaspora, like me saying. But let's see how, with the remaining questions I'm going to ask our charming young man here. Let's see how it's going to unfold. Maybe you still have the chances to connect or find love in the diaspora, or you just want to go back home and get someone there. Don't touch it out.
Stay tuned, guys.
I still want to ask one more question on the cultural adaptation.
Okay.
Like, well, I think you've answered it though, because I wanted to ask you, have you found any cultural differences to be particularly surprising, apart from maybe going on a date at any time you like, or paying for the dates whenever you go on dates, paying for the menu? Have you found any other cultural differences to be particularly surprising or challenging in the context of dating?
So I can't really say my perspective, because I've not actually been in an actual relationship, like a proper relationship with a lady that. But I think with what I know, some people say that they have to, as a man, you have to get in touch with your emotions. That the people in diaspora, they are very, very much in touch with their emotions. So they also like their men to be emotional as well.
Okay.
So, we back home sometimes as a man, you just want to be all masculine, and maybe you don't want to be saying things like "I love you" very often, words of affirmation and stuff like that. But
reassurance.
Reassurance. But the women love it, so they expect their man to also be in touch with their emotions and also communicate that like verbally to them as well.
Okay, now does that mean that more effort a man puts into into asking you out, the more it seems to we ladies that he is genuine, even though there is no emotional connection? So are you saying that here it's very possible for us to say yes to a man that we are not emotionally connected to, but because he has put in so much effort in wooing us, and we just like, oh, it's not bad, let me give it a try. But here, what can you say about the emotional connection and physical attraction? Is it really is this something that is of high importance if you're finding love in the diaspora? Judging by the fact that you said, they have to be emotionally in tune, especially with their emotions. They want to feel seen, they want to feel heard. But back home is also a criteria, but a lot of our men can woo a lady to themselves without the lady being emotionally attracted or physically attracted to them. So what can you say about the emotional attraction and physical attraction? Do you think women in the diaspora or men in the diaspora choose emotional connection and physical attraction over my efforts in wooing you?
I think when you come here and you experience dating someone from a different culture, background and race, and you see this new aspect to love and relationship that you are not used to, you, at the end of the day, you take a step back and evaluate, like, is this not what you want, like, long term for yourself? And if you feel like, you prefer this kind of, or you prefer this aspect of relationship or dating, then fine, go ahead with it. But if you feel like your ego is too much, or you're finding it hard to adjust, let me use that word. If you're finding it hard to adjust a bit, then it's better to stick with the devil than the angel you don't know.
Yeah, so it's more of a personal thing, a personal choice, depending on how they can express your emotions.
Definitely.
Wow. Yeah, fair enough. I hope you're enjoying this episode. Okay, I still have some few more questions to ask our girls before we call it a day on this episode. So we're talking about, support system and resources, because it's not easy for, back home, let's say in Africa, you don't need any dating app. You just see babe, moving on the road, and you just like this girl. You just walk up to the lady and we're like, oh, hello. It's so much easier for you to like connect or ask, say hello to someone. But here you have to tread softly, because in the Western world, you can't just approach a lady like that, you have to tread softly. You don't have to go in that direction to speak to a lady. Now, so that's why they have dating apps, which seems to be the only dependable factor for singles to mingle. Have you used any dating app or platform, especially when you're like, oh, I need someone in my life, and nobody's forthcoming, and you're so desperate for companionship? I'm just like, okay, let me use a dating app platform. So if you have, how effective have they been for you?
Yeah. Okay, so like you said earlier, where we are coming from, you could see a fine babe on the road and you just approach her and you drop some lines, and she might or she might not, it depends on how good you are with the punchline. But here it's a bit tricky. You need to tread carefully, and you need to be very mindful. Like, if you approach a lady, it's not like you can't, but if you approach a lady and she tells you no is no, stop and move on. Because if you continue to, back home sometimes you feel like, or if a girl tells you no, maybe she's doing shakara, so let me go again. That if I go again, maybe 2 times, 3 times, so now the no start to drop from no to like no, yes, that sort of thing. But it's straight harassment.
Absolutely. So do you think the dating apps are effective?
With the dating apps, I did consider them, but I never really used it, because I like face-to-face
interaction.
Yeah, I like that interaction. I want to go off your vibe.
Yeah.
I don't feel like text, and I don't feel like I can get your vibe off the text. Like, you could be very sad and just type, I'm happy.
You don't feel the real emotions coming out.
Yeah, exactly. But if I'm with you,
body language, the eye contact,
everything, you said it all. You said it all.
Yeah. Okay, so some of our men still prefer let's roll it the way it used to be, not like dating app. Maybe by the time, maybe probably they don't have any other choice again. It will be like their last resort. Okay, let me try a dating app. But all the same, we still have people that that can testify that they met their partner through dating apps. So whichever one, keep exploring.
Of course, you never know which. The beautiful thing about relationships is like there's no manual for it, and there's no one shoe fits all.
Yeah.
So what works for Peter might definitely not work for Paul. So just keep exploring, and hopefully you find your match.
Hopefully. All right. So one last thing, I'm gonna ask him to give us his own perspective, like generally. He has been in diaspora for quite a while now, and I could see that he has seen the nitty-gritty of the social interaction, and I believe he has when it comes to his wealth of experience in terms of social interaction is very, very rich. I can tell you that. So I'm going to ask him this question: that what advice will you give to other singles in the diaspora who are looking to find love? I'm asking that question because we see a lot of, I've been in a guy group where people just talk about how difficult, it's not as if they are not finding someone, but how difficult to really find love. We are talking about love. When your soulmate, let me put it that way, the emotional attraction, the physical attraction, the chemistry, that it is very, very difficult for you to find in diaspora. Probably because everybody is chasing this.
So I like that question. In fact, that's my favorite question throughout this episode. So guys, come closer. Grab a pen and a paper.
Closer.
I take notes.
Okay.
Number 1, stop packing shit.
Stop overworking.
Write it down. Stop packing too many shit. Because we come here, obviously, like you're here to chase the bag, fine. But you also need to have that work-life balance and explore. So a lot of the times, a guy now, for example, might want to take you out, but until you're always doing shifts, so there's no time for that. So you need to cut yourself some slack and put yourself out there to be able to go for these dates. If you're going for a date, it's not a guarantee that you're going to go into a relationship, but at least you're exploring that. It's part of your experience as well. So everything doesn't revolve around working Monday to Sunday. So take your time out, go for those dates. So that's
socialization.
Yes. So that's number 1. Number 2. Number 2, write it down.
Okay. let me I'll jot for you guys.
So number 2, you need to be willing to unlearn and relearn. So coming from Africa, obviously we have some certain mindsets, like from a guy's perspective, that maybe I need to use money to try and win this girl over, or I need to keep on pressing her even when she initially is doing like she's not really interested, but it's looking like, oh, the more I go,
I see the green light.
Yeah, exactly. So you need
Amber that is showing now.
You need to be willing to unlearn those traits and learn new traits. Basically, just adapt to the society where you are. There's this quote that says, "When you're in Rome, you behave like a Roman."
Yeah.
So that's the second one. The first one is stop packing shit. Put yourself out there.
Stop packing shit.
Second one is be willing to unlearn and relearn. Then
the third one,
which is actually the most important one, write that down, is be open-minded. Be very open-minded, because if you're actually willing to date people from other races and culture, there are things that it could even be from their food, their lingo, maybe some expressions. There's a lot of things you're going to be learning from people as well. So if you're not open-minded, you might see that experience as being grim. But if you're open-minded and you face it like that, you just embrace it. You embrace it and you also learn a thing from them, and likewise they're also learning from you as well. So it's two ways. So you need to be open-minded as well. So those are the 3 advices I feel like people should take on board.
Absolutely, he has said it all. If you find yourself in the diaspora and you looking to get entangled, find love, you cannot be packing shit and say you want your love to find you. And the same thing goes to even married people in the diaspora. Now we are talking about singles in the diaspora. Even as married, this packing of shit is affecting a lot of homes. Couples no longer have time for themselves at home. I believe that very soon I'm going to find someone, a couple, so that we can actually dissect this topic as well and see how this packing of shit, how it has impacted a lot of homes, how it has brought about distance, emotional distance between couples. So if you're in the diaspora and you're very open to finding love in the diaspora, just like Kingsley has said, you need to stop packing shit. Number one, stop packing shit. And the second one is be willing to unlearn and relearn, then adaptability, be flexible, be open-minded. Thank you very much for that interesting section, Kingsley. It's a pleasure to have you on our channel.
Anytime, any day.
Yeah. So before you go, I want us to give a shout out to this channel, Appraiser. The Times generally is a program that encourages you, it promotes resilience, because no matter where we find ourselves, there's always one challenge or the other. So we bring about topics that people find challenging, and we bring people that have actually walked through the journey, that have navigated the journey through it, to give us their own insights and share their wisdom with us, which is he has done perfect justice to the topic. Don't forget, the topic we considered today was finding common ground, the journey to a shared future in diaspora. And here is a charming young man who has given us a lot of insight, his wisdom on how to go about it. So give us a shout out.
So guys, stay tuned, keep following the Tides for if you want anything resourcefulness, you pick up new things, life advices, and whatever you're going through, you might just find someone who has also been through the experience and also sharing their narrative. So stay tuned, like, subscribe, and don't forget to comment.
Don't forget to comment. So we'll see you again in our next edition of the Tides. Keep rising up in the Tides.
Take care, guys.